What's up, everyone? Welcome to today's video. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning into this channel where we make sure that we are on top of the Gotham Knights news, and the developers have finally dropped something regarding perhaps another showcase for one of the knights in the game. Now, on their Twitter page, sometime around 1 p.m. Central, the developers put a little GIF that shows all of the symbols of all the 4 knights and a huge notification saying tomorrow 6 a.m. Pacific time with a green heart emoji right by it. I kid you not, this is everything that's in this particular tweet, but most importantly, I'm sure for all of us, it's probably going to be the time for us to wait and see what it is that they have. Now, let's set our expectations realistic. We got to see the Nightwing trailer. It was actually decent. It showed us a few things. If you haven't necessarily seen a breakdown that I did on it, you can check here. I have a video, and it wasn't necessarily something we dug in too deep. We just showed things that had not necessarily been seen in the other revealed trailers. In the case of this particular trailer, we don't even know which of the knights are actually going to be revealed next. It's one of the biggest questions that we have, and I'm sure everybody is kind of, in a sense, curious, but more importantly, the Robin fans have been patiently waiting regarding their own reveal for their knight, possibly. Now, for those of you who've been paying attention, you already know that the initial days of the reveal of this game, the very first knight that we got to see in a lot of action was Batgirl. We got to see Robin accompany her a little bit, but it didn't necessarily seem to be something that we got a good picture of the character himself. Now that they've actually got to show a little bit of Red Hood, they've got to show a little bit of Nightwing, I think he's the more than likely necessary knight that needs to be revealed. And more than anything else, though, I would argue that I hope the developers, as they're actually revealing these knights, they take the time to also layer a few more mechanics that we've been asking about in this particular game. One example of mechanics would probably be somehow to confirm if there is going to be some kind of a combo or attack counter in the game. If you guys remember, they did showcase a very small window where they added some kind of a layer of combat counting, whereas Nightwing was dealing damage or grabbing enemies, they were indicating it. We don't know if this is something that is only relegated to post-production or if this is data that was being collected as the game was playing. It's very nice for us to know because many superhero video games actually carry this mechanic with them, and there is a satisfying aspect of being able to play your game and chain numbers and numbers of combos as much as you can. And this would probably maybe be in a position where they release combat challenges and then everybody can go there, knock a bunch of bad guys, try to get a 4000x combo or whatever it is, like the sweaty gamers usually try to pull off in the Arkham games, and many of them get successful to pull off combos that are actually that many. But, you know, this is also something that we kind of have to also say, well, even if we want to see something like that, what are other questions that the community have been asking that they can kind of, in a sense, answer through these reveals? Even though they don't want to necessarily show too much and spoil too much, if the reveal is about a minute, then they can pretty much pack in a few little tidbits just to help us know exactly how it'll work. Another dimension to this conversation is exactly how Robin's own traversal is going to look like. Already, the developers had mentioned something about some level of parkour and being able to do some free running around the buildings. In fact, with Nightwing, that trailer showed him just running over the rooftops and doing a little bit of maneuvering of some of the obstacles. Is it going to be a situation where all the knights can actually pull off something like that? And then for other kinds of cross building or cross area traversal, they can employ their grapples and then their specific mode of transportation that's been made uniquely for them. In the case of Batgirl, it's probably just going to be her gliding. In the case of Red Hood, we've already seen his mystical leap. And in the case of Nightwing, we've seen his paraglider in gameplay and even in that trailer reveal. The only cross traversal mechanic that we have not necessarily seen in more detail is that of Robin's. Yes, we did see it in the 2020 reveal for a very short minute, and if you look through the very first gameplay trailer, you also got to see the way it probably works. I would like to see it being used from a developer perspective, how that gels in with combat, how that actually works, because if you notice with Red Hood and Nightwing, both of them could use their own traversals to jump right into combat. I wonder how someone like Robin is going to teleport on the head of a bad guy. Is it just going to go beam, bam, and then before you know the bad guy is knocked out or something? Or how do they intend to use that kind of a mechanic to make the game flow in a very interesting way. So let me hear your thoughts in the comment section. I'm sure a lot of us are probably going to be looking forward to this particular announcement, whatever it is. I'll try my best to pay attention to it and at least maybe be awake or online when they drop it, and I'll probably maybe make a video. Hopefully, God willing, everything rocks correctly. We don't have any technical difficulties or any kind of a delay of some sort, and everything just kind of rolls out that way. It'll be really fun to see, to talk about whatever it is that the developers drop for us. Talk to me in the comment section. Like I said, thank you very much for watching the video. I really do appreciate you guys, and hopefully we'll talk soon. Peace out.